Hello, I'm Alexandra and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my official plans for the year of 2025 in terms of reading. I haven't had a good reading year this year, except maybe the beginning and the last part. So I'm not gonna be doing wrap-ups and best books I've read this year, because honestly it has not been a good year in terms of reading. But that being said, I'm all for a better reading year next year. A couple of months ago I did my reading plans for 2025. They were not the official ones, so I was just talking about some challenges I might want to do and just talk about those. But now I've made my official reading plans for next year and they're very exciting. We'll start with the first one, the number of books I want to read next year. My best reading year in terms of how many books I did read was like over 200 books. I believe this was 2022. I mean, I was single most of the year and just being in school and working, but I was working night shifts so I could read during the night and all of that. But that was the best year. This 2023 I think I've read 100 or something. 2024 I don't think I'm reaching 100. I actually don't know, because I think in the summer I've read like 3 books. Anyway, but next year the plan is to read 100 books. I think it's very easy if I keep up reading like every day. Not big numbers every day, but just at least like 20 minutes every day. But I feel like at this point in my life I'm better at managing all aspects of my life. We'll see how that goes, but I think 100 books is easily doable. We'll see. I don't know. The next big challenge I want to do next year is finish all my unread physical books, because I have so many. I think it's around like 80 or 90, somewhere between. So you know how when you plan a full day of productive work and all of that, everything's go to disaster? Well, my camera died on me. Apparently it didn't have enough battery, and I also woke up with a migraine, so everything's going well. Anyway, I think I was saying that I want to read my unread physical books because there's a lot and I want to bring that down so I can start reading what I actually want to read, because I feel like at one point I was buying a lot of books just to have books. That's a problem in itself. But now I'm better at buying only what I really want to read, and I'm also better at getting books from the library instead of buying them. So but I need to bring that number down. It's around 80, and that's the main goal for next year. Then if we go on to specific challenges, I'm going to read some books that were nominated on the Goodreads Choice Award. I'm not gonna read all categories because some of them just don't work for me, but I picked 3 categories that I think could work. We have historical fiction, romantasy, and fantasy. Also, I usually read the fiction category on that because usually it works, but this year in the nominees we have Sally Rooney, Coco Mellors, Leanne Moriarty, Ellen Hildebrand, and Tommy Orange. The only book I have read on the selection is Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange. I hated that book. And the rest, like the writers I just mentioned, I hated one of their books. And I swore to myself that I was never gonna read anything by them again. So the fiction category is not going to happen because, oopsie, 5 of the 20, not gonna read them. So now on to the categories I might attempt to read. First one, we have historical fiction. Why am I on the... I don't know what's happening. Okay. There's a cat going crazy this morning. I got a bag of compost on the floor with a cat with a C'est quoi os en anglais? I don't know the word. Bone, with a chicken bone in his mouth. Anyway, and now I think it's going crazy again. Anyway, I was saying historical fiction. On the nominees we have The Woman by Kristen Hanna. I have the book. I own the book. Yeah, so I'm gonna read that. Then we have James by Percival Everett. I attempted to read that once. I made it 3 pages in. I wasn't in the mood, but it has won and been nominated for a lot of book prizes, so my work. We have The Frozen River by Ariel Lohan. Don't know that. I'll skip the ones I don't know anything about. We have a book by Jodi Picoult. It's By Any Other Name. I usually enjoy this writer, so it should work. There's a book I'm not gonna read. It's The Briar Club by Kate Quinn. I'm not gonna do this to myself again. We have a book by Silvia Moreno Garcia. It's The Seventh Veil of Salome. I've only read horror by her, so I don't know. We'll see. There's a book by a writer. I think I DNF'd her book, but anyway. Xochitl Gonzalez. Not sure. There's a book by Elif Shafak. I have read one book by this writer and loved it. So this one is There Are Rivers in the Sky. This has potential. And the other, I don't know anything, but you know it's exciting because I like finding new writers that I enjoy. Then on the romantasy category, we have a book by Sarah J. Maas. It's House of Flame and Shadow. It's the 3rd book in a series. I've read the 1st book in that series. Did not enjoy it that much. So I don't know. I feel like this book won just because it's popular. But then the other, I know like nothing by them. Feels like there's a couple of, I know this one. Born of Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I just finished a book by her and I kind of enjoy it. So we'll see. I don't think it's the same series. This is book 4. There's a book by Scarlett St. Clair. I have never read anything by her, so we'll see how that goes. But I feel like some of them could work. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read the 1st book in the series. If, let's say, we have one here, it's Apprentice to the Villain. It's the 2nd book in the series, so I'll read the 1st one, and if I enjoy it, I'll read the 2nd one, and you know, all of that. You know, romantasy is like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So we'll see. But then I also decided to try fantasy because I'm enjoying fantasy. I'm getting into it more and more as time passes, so could work. There's not a lot of writers that I know of, and I mean T.G. Klune, I don't know how to pronounce this name. I've seen it somewhere, and Leigh Bardugo, I've seen it. J. Christoph. But yeah, I don't know any. I've never read any of these writers, so this has a lot of potential. We'll see. The thing with fantasies, sometimes they are hard to read because they're thicker, but I feel like these are not adult fantasies, so you know, we'll see. But then another book prize I will say that I'm gonna attempt to read is the Orwell Prize for Political Fiction, because this year I've read a book. Oh, it's not even there. What is this? Oh yeah, so the book that won 2024 is My Friends by Isham Matar, and I absolutely loved it. Like, loved it. It was a 5 stars read for this one. So this year I tried the Booker Prize. It didn't work for me at all. I've also tried the Women's Prize for Fiction many times. It just didn't work. So now I'm gonna try this one. I think it has a lot of potential because, let's say, this year on the nominees we had James by Percival Everett that I'm gonna try to read. We had Orbital by Samantha Harvey, which was okay. It was also nominated for the Booker Prize. And we have Ordinary Human Failings, which was okay, by Megan Nolan, also part of the Booker Prize. But My Friends was absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna try. I don't know when I need to figure out when the names like are announced. But if I want to start before the nominees are announced. I'm gonna try to read some of the 2024 nominees, but we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for this one. I feel like this could be the best book prize for me. Then I've already mentioned it, but I want to read more Brandon Sanderson because I enjoy his writing. It's just the books are so thick. gets me afraid. I'm afraid of reading Brandon Sanderson, but I enjoy him so much that I'm gonna force myself to start books. The plan is to read one Brandon Sanderson book per month. I already have a couple that I bought, but yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of books that I could read by him. He has published so many, and I think I've only read like 4 or 5, so there's a lot of book. It's exciting. Then I also want to read more nonfiction, because the thing is, before I used to read a lot of nonfiction because I found it so interesting and all of that, but then I started nursing school, and in nursing school you have a lot of nonfiction to read, okay? But I want to read more about other subjects because I enjoyed, let's say, astrophysics. I enjoyed this so much, and there's a lot of nonfiction for like beginners because I don't want to go into like mathematics and all that related to physics. I just want to have like the main things, you know. So more nonfiction would be a great way to learn different things. I'm not someone who listens to podcasts. I don't find them interesting, so reading nonfiction will help me learning more things. And also I want to finish series. The thing with booktube and book talk, bookstagram, all of that, is that you read popular books, but then you read the first book in a series and you never finish the series. So I want to be better at actually finishing series, because I feel like, this is good, finishing series, and there's a lot of really good series that I want to get to the end. But yeah, and also I realized that I did my rereading, like, do I reread books? And I realized what I like rereading is series. So I can't reread a series if I haven't finished it, So I'm gonna focus on finishing series. But yeah, it's a lot of reading plans, okay? But I want to push myself to read more because I enjoy reading. It's a good hobby and it de-stresses me. So it's a very important thing when you're a nursing student to learn how to not be stressed all the time. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!